he will be sued. And I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next.
We're starting in the United States, where at least 10 people have been in the devastating wildfires in Los Angeles, that death toll having been revised upwards just over an hour.
The wildfires sweeping through Los Angeles have been nothing short of catastrophic, leaving behind a trail of destruction and heart rate. Entire neighborhoods have been reduced to ash, and among the victims are some of Hollywood's most elite. Yet as the smoke clears, whispers of something far darker than the flames themselves have begun to emerge. Could these fires be more than just natural disasters? Could they in fact be part of a larger scheme to erase evidence connected to one of the entertainment industry's most scandalous figures, Sean Diddy Combs?
Like I said before, they said that 2,300 people reached out to the law firm, and out of the 2,300 people, I guess they decided to go with just a little over 100, which seems like it's they just put out the number and everybody's calling to see if they can get a check.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, again, he did say that nothing has been filed yet because he says he wants to make sure that they do their due diligence and get the.
In recent months, Diddy's name has been dragged through the mud with allegations stacking up like never before, from lawsuits to shocking criminal charges. The accusations paint a picture of a man who allegedly used his wealth and influence to manipulate, control, and harm those around him, now with his legal battles making headlines daily. The timing of these destructive fires has sparked wild IIE's online. People are questioning whether the devastation could be linked to the ongoing investigations into Diddy's alleged wrongdoings. Are these fires purely coincidental, or is there something more sinister at play?
And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent until proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? And, we can debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent until proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocence.
Let's start with the basics. Among the many celebrities whose homes have been lost in these fires are names that have long been linked to Diddy's social circle. Mandy Moore, Anna Faris, Paris Hilton, and even Jeff Bridges are just a few of the high-profile individuals whose residences were engulfed by the flames. While most view these losses as tragic consequences of a natural disaster, others see them as conveniently timed events that could potentially shield certain individuals from scrutiny after. All when you're dealing with allegations as serious as those surrounding Diddy, the destruction of physical evidence could be a game changer.
Officials say that thousands of homes and other structures have been damaged or destroyed. AccuWeather estimates the damage is expected to be worth at least $135 billion and could go as high as $150 billion. And the National Guard has been deployed amid reports of.
Take for instance, the rumors about Diddy's infamous gatherings, lavish exclusive events that allegedly took place in some of the most luxurious homes in Los Angeles. These gatherings were said to be more than just parties, with claims of shocking behavior and questionable activities taking center stage. Some of the homes that have burned down were reportedly the sites of these very events. Could the fires have conveniently erased any lingering evidence that investigators might have been hoping to uncover? Theories like this are fueling online chatter, with many pointing to the sheer coincidence of the timing.
I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated.
But it doesn't stop there. Social media is ablaze with speculation about the FBI's potential involvement in monitoring Diddy and his circle. Some believe that the fires erupted just as federal agents were closing in on key locations tied to the ongoing investigation. A viral post on X, formerly known as Twitter, claimed that Diddy's Los Angeles mansion was set to be searched within days of the fire that supposedly destroyed it. While this claim has been debunked, Diddy's mansion was not in the fires path. The post still amplified the growing conspiracy that these fires were no accident.
Diddy, if you're just joining us here, was just arrested and taken into federal custody in New York tonight. Sources tell TMZ Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying.
Adding fuel to the speculation, insiders have pointed out that several of Diddy's former associates and industry peers have remained unusually silent amid the chaos. For instance, Paris Hilton, who lost her Malibu home, has refrained from making any public statements beyond expressing her grief. Could this silence be an attempt to distance herself from the controversy? Similarly, Mandy Moore, who also suffered significant losses in the fires, has avoided addressing her past connections to Diddy. social scene. Some believe this reticence is telling, especially given the high stakes of the ongoing investigation.
There's a new fire, unfortunately, in West Hills, pushing into Ventura County, and we are expecting this fire to rapidly spread due to high winds. This is a reminder that this is a very dynamic situation that can change.
The most compelling piece of this puzzle comes from a leaked testimony by an anonymous source claiming to have attended one of Diddy's so-called gatherings. According to the source, these events were meticulously orchestrated with every detailed plan to maintain the secrecy of what transpired within. The source described elaborate lighting setup, soundproofed rooms, and a strict no-phones policy to ensure nothing could be documented if such claims are true. Any physical remnants of these events would be invaluable to investigators. The idea that such evidence could now lie in ashes is enough to make anyone suspicious.
Really played the biggest part, especially with the flying embers. I mean, I remember seeing embers just shooting over my head like, oh my God, that's somebody's house, that's someone's property.
Even more intriguing is the list of names circulating online, celebrities who have been linked to Diddy through these gatherings. The list reads like a who's who of Hollywood: Leonardo DiCaprio, Bance, Jay-Z, Jennifer Lopez, and Usher, to name just a few. While none of these individuals have been accused of any wrongdoing, their mere association with Diddy has raised eyebrows. Could the fires have destroyed evidence that might implicate some of these listers and activities they'd rather keep hidden, or is this all just baseless gossip fueled by the internet's insatiable appetite for scandal? One of the most talked about names on the list is Usher, who has previously spoken about experiences with Diddy during his teenage years. In an old interview that has reset Fist online, Usher mentioned witnessing things that were wild and eye-opening while staying at Diddy's home. While he did not elaborate on what he saw, the clip has raised speculation about what really went on behind closed doors. Usher recently deleted several posts from his X account, leading some to wonder if he's trying to distance himself from the growing controversy.
I was 3 years old. I don't have a lot of memories of my father. They say, you can't miss something you never had. So that's only a little ways right, There's definitely been times as I've got.
Another name that has been making waves is Justin Bieber, who was once mentored by Diddy early in his career. While Bieber has not commented on the allegations against Diddy, his spokesperson recently stated that Bieber is focusing on his family and staying out of the drama. However, this hasn't stopped Interloose from speculating about what Bieber might have witnessed during his time under Diddy's wing. Theories about Bieber's involvement or lack thereof are running rampant online, with some suggesting he may have been a victim, while others believe he was simply an observer to the chaos.
Expect winds to subside somewhat, which will allow fire crews to increase containment lines. However, I want to be very clear here as well. We are still under red flag warning with extreme fire behavior.
The silence from other major players in Hollywood is also deafening. Megan Fox, for example, has wiped her Instagram and X accounts clean, sparking rumors about her potential connection to Diddy's gatherings. Similarly, Khloe Kardashian's old comments about attending one of Diddy's infamous events have resurfaced, fueling further speculation. In a clip from years ago, Khloe described a party where she claimed half the people were naked. While this could easily be dismissed as hyperbole, the timing of its resurfacing has only added to the frenzy.
Just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false. Hopefully due to time, we'll stop.
And then there's the officer who reportedly compared Diddy's alleged activities to those of Jeffrey Epstein. In a statement to Newsmax, the officer claimed that Diddy's gatherings involved a similar circle of individuals, including some of the same names that appeared in Epstein's infamous Black Book. While there is no concrete evidence linking these two scandals, the comparison alone has been enough to send social media into overdrive. The officer's comments have only strengthened the belief that the fires may have been a calculated move to protect a network of powerful individuals. The timing of the fires is particularly suspect when you consider the upcoming release of the Peacock documentary Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. The film is said to include never seen footage and interviews with people who have worked closely with Diddy over the years. Could the fires have been a preemptive strike to discredit the documentary's revelations, or are we simply looking for connections where none exist? Either way, the coincidence is hard to ignore, and it has left many questioning what other secrets might still be buried, literally or figuratively.
has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male workers across state lines to take part in recorded performances. If convicted, he could face a...
As the conspiracy theories continue to swirl, one thing is clear: the fires have added yet another layer of intrigue to an already explosive story. Whether they were purely coincidental or part of a larger cover-up, their impact on the investigation into Diddy's alleged crimes cannot be overstated. The destruction of potential evidence combined with the renewed scrutiny of his social circle has left the public hungry for answers. What's next in this unfolding saga? Only time will tell, but for now the mystery remains as thick as the smoke that still lingers over Los Angeles. Transitioning from this web of speculation, the story takes an even darker turn as we delve into the details of what allegedly went on at Diddy's infamous gatherings. The rumors, the testimonies, and the shocking claims paint a picture of a world far removed from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. What exactly were these events, and how did they tie into the charges against Diddy? The story surrounding Diddy Combs takes an even darker turn when you start exploring the alleged horrors that reportedly unfolded at his infamous gatherings. These were not your typical Hollywood parties. Sure, they had the glitz and glamour on the surface, designer outfits, aced celebrities, and lavish venues. But according to insiders, what happened behind closed doors was far more disturbing. Over the years, these gatherings have gained a reputation for being secretive, highly controlled, and, as some claim, deeply unsettling.
All the money he has and all the resources he has, he couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone.
Let's start with what we allegedly know about these events. They were often referred to as freak-offs, a term that has been splashed across headlines in recent months. These were not casual get-togethers, but carefully orchestrated gatherings that reportedly spanned multiple days and involved a level of planning that only someone with Diddy's resources could pull off, according to court documents and leaked testimonies. These events were meticulously designed to cater to Diddy's every whim, with his staff playing key roles in ensuring everything ran smoothly. Anonymous sources have described these parties as chaotic and borderline dystopian, with some claiming that attendees were encouraged or even pressured to participate in activities they might not have been comfortable with. The level of preparation that allegedly went into these gatherings is staggering. Insiders claimed that specific lighting setups were used to create a particular atmosphere, with rooms bathed in red light to signal certain activities. Soundproofing was supposedly installed in select areas to ensure privacy, and attendees were reported forbidden from bringing their phones or any recording devices. This no phones policy, while not uncommon at high-profile events, has taken on a more sinister connotation in light of recent allegations. It ensured that nothing could be documented, leaving little evidence behind. If you think about it, that level of secrecy only fuels the speculation about what really went on at these events.
Anything's possible, right? But now this judge has an even harder time, I think, because the past judge locked him up, didn't let him out, and he's still there available. If the new judge lets him out on bond and something goes wrong, and this isn't the analysis that I'm proud to make, right? We shouldn't be saying, well, judges are worried about their own skin and how they look if something bad happens.
One of the most chilling details comes from the testimony of a former staff member who claimed that Diddy's team would stock these gatherings with an array of supplies, including an excessive amount of baby oil and other items that have since become a focal point of the investigation. This oddly specific detail has captured public attention, with many questioning why such items were necessary in such large quantities. During a raid on one of Diddy's properties, law enforcement reportedly seized over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, among other things. While some might dismiss this as a quirky preference, others see it as a piece of a much larger puzzle. What's even more troubling is the structure of these gatherings. According to leaked reports, Diddy's inner circle would be tasked with managing every aspect of the events, from booking lavish hotel suites to arranging for 4 treatments to help attendees recover after long nights. The level of coordination is said to have been so detailed that some insiders had described it as resembling a production team for a high-budget film. Everything was planned to perfection, but for what purpose? That's the question investigators are still trying to answer.
Is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
The allegations don't stop there. Witness accounts paint a picture of an environment where boundaries were blurred and people felt compelled to go along with whatever was happening. One anonymous attendee described the gatherings as a free-for-all where anything could happen. Another claimed that the atmosphere was so intense that it was difficult to tell who was genuinely enjoying themselves and who felt pressured to stay. This sense of unease has been echoed in multiple accounts, suggesting that these events were far from the carefree celebrations they were made out to be. Then there's the matter of the guest list. While the names of some attendees have been leaked, others remain shrouded in mystery. It's no secret that Diddy has long been connected to some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry, from A-list actors to Grammy-winning musicians. His social circle is a who's who of Hollywood. But how many of these individuals knew what they were stepping into when they attended these gatherings, and more importantly, how many of them chose to look the other way? One name that has come up repeatedly in conversations about these events is Usher. As we mentioned earlier, Usher has previously spoken about staying at Diddy's home as a teenager and witnessing things that were, in his words, wild. While he hasn't provided specific details, the resurfacing of his old statements has led to renewed scrutiny of his relationship with Diddy. Usher recently deleted a significant number of posts from his social media accounts, sparking speculation that he may be trying to distance himself from the controversy. Whether this is a coincidence or a strategic move remains unclear, but it has certainly added to the intrigue.
Their argument is more than likely going to be that this activity was consensual, that this person was a willing participant, and not only that, but these individuals assumed the risk of being present at those parties, engaging and voluntarily engaging in this conduct and being in those spaces, consuming alcohol and things of that nature.
Another name that has been swirling around the rumor mill is Justin Bieber. As a young artist, Bieber was mentored by Diddy, who took him under his wing during the early stages of his career. While Bieber has not publicly commented on the allegations against Diddy, his spokesperson recently stated that he is focusing on his family and staying out of the drama. Still, this hasn't stopped the internet from speculating about what Bieber might have witnessed during his time with Diddy. Could he hold valuable information about what really went on at these gatherings, or is he simply an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire of a media frenzy? The lack of clarity only adds to the mystery. But it's not just Ush and Bieber who have found themselves under the spotlight. Megan Fox, who has attended several of Diddy's events in the past, recently wiped her Instagram and X accounts clean, fueling rumors about her potential connection to the scandal. Similarly, Khloe Kardashian's old comments about attending one of Diddy's gatherings have resurfaced, adding another layer of complexity to the story. In a clip that has been making the rounds online, Khloe described a party where she claimed half the people were naked. While this could easily be dismissed as hyperbole, the timing of its resurfacing has only added fuel to the fire.
Particularly all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the shoot have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night he'd sitting.
The most unsettling aspect of these gatherings, however, is the claim that some attendees were not there by choice. According to court documents, there are allegations that individuals were coerced or manipulated into participating in activities they would have otherwise avoided. This is where the investigation takes on an even more serious tone. If these claims are true, it could mean that the gatherings were not just about indulgence and excess, but something far more troubling: the FBI's involvement in the case suggests that investigators are taking these allegations very seriously. Reports indicate that federal agents have interviewed dozens of witnesses and are sifting through mountains of evidence, including financial records, electronic communications, and even surveillance footage from some of these gatherings. But the recent fires in Los Angeles have thrown a wrench into their efforts. If any physical evidence was stored at properties linked to Diddy or his associates, it may now be lost forever. This has led to widespread speculation that the fires were deliberately set to destroy incriminating material. While there is no concrete evidence to support this theory, the timing is undeniably suspicious.
Very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, we saw the mansions back in were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of
What makes this even more complicated is the sheer number of high-profile individuals who have been linked to Diddy over the years. The so-called Diddy list, which has been circulating online, includes names like Leonardo DiCaprio, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Jennifer Lopez, and many others. While none of these individuals have been accused of any wrongdoing, their association with Diddy has led to rampant speculation. Could they have been privy to what went on at these gatherings, and if so, why haven't they spoken out? The silence from Hollywood's elite is deafening, and it only adds to the public's curiosity as the smoke clears and the ashes settle. The questions surrounding Diddy and the devastating Los Angeles wildfires continue to burn in the minds of the public. Could these fires truly be a sinister attempt to erase evidence, or are they merely a tragic coincidence? And what about the silence from Hollywood's elite? Is it a sign of complicity or simply a desire to avoid the scandal? The theories are endless and the truth remains elusive. What do you think? Are these fires part of a larger cover-up, or are we reading too much into a natural disaster? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious and keep digging for the truth.